making sure that they can hold on to it for the entire time or for as much of it as possible. as we move on to game number 2, which looks like it will be tower control on Flounder Heights.
Well, Tippett, when Perps was on Cyber Police, he never lost that game type before. Never.
Really?
Wow.
A little bit of trivia from the man himself.
Yeah, Perps the master of that game type, apparently. So we will be changing modes and maps, of course, tower control on Flounder Heights. And this map and mode really does play to those close-range weapons. We might see some more blasters even than we saw in game 1.
Yeah, famously, this is your snipers stay home for this one. But yeah, short-range weapons, we see blasters very important here. If you have a custom range blaster, this is an excellent map. You can really shoot that long stretch in the lower level where the tower travels. You can really shoot that whole stretch from pretty much anywhere on your side or on the roof with that custom range blaster. I think we'll see that. I would not be surprised again to see a dynamo roller, but I do agree that short range will be the name of the game on this map.
Yeah, and because it's tower control, I think on Flounder Heights, the tower has as little to go on this map than on some similar maps. It really doesn't travel that far at all. It just goes down that middle platform a very short distance up the ramp near their spawn. So once they get on the tower, it's not going to take them all that long to reach the objective. So getting to maybe 60 or even 50 is not a safe push on this map. So teams really need to maintain hope that even if they lose the tower early, they still, if they can hold on to map control, they still should have plenty of time to come back.
Yeah, and map control is going to be huge here. The verticality of this map is so interesting, and a lot of other times you think about map control. Here it's very selective map control. Who can hold on to the roof of both of these sides the longest? Once you get that, you can start making your push, but you really have to have this in order to make a push. So we'll see again. We do see a custom range blaster coming out here. Is this, we're still on perps, correct?
I believe so. Yeah, we're perps trying to figure out here what perks to run. Actually, possibly switching over to the Tentatech, which would not be a bad choice. The Tentatech, always a good weapon for defending the tower, hopping on to make sure that anybody who might be jumping in will meet a swift demise.
Yes, and I do believe we're going to see the old meta here. A little quick respawn. Will we see the stealth jump as well? I think we do.
Quick respawn stealth jump, not an old thing at all. We are also going to see a carbon roller, not a surprise there. That's going to be a great weapon for flanking around this map. Great for flanking. You can climb up the walls pretty much anywhere on this map to get up to the top mid and then flank around behind your enemy team, take them out, and help start a push for your team.
Mm-hmm. And you see Opie switching over to that brush. Opie, a noted brush main. And brush absolutely awesome on this map. There's lots of places to set your beacons. And of course, Kraken, never a bad thing to happen or to have on a tower.
So here we go with game number 2. Team Beer up 1-0. Got Kraken looking to tie the set, while Team Beer looking to try and potentially sweep. Let's take a look at Got Kraken's loadout. We're still going to see the Tri-Slasher of Kraken, as well as a Wasabi and a Carbon Roller of their own.
There was also an NZAP there. So both sides, like we said, opting for that close range. We'll see which one gets out to a little bit of a lead here, because sometimes that initial push when people aren't going down can be a little difficult. So we'll see if it snowballs.
Yeah, interesting that we're seeing a Wasabi here on tower control, really trying to make sure that map control goes in their favor. It looks like Kofefi, they're shy, going to win the battle of the Carbon Rollers there, as the Tenatech here, Perps will go down, but he has a teammate to jump to, and that is a 2-down situation for Got Kraken, so we may see a push at the tower here. So far, map control pretty mixed.
Yeah, it's that initial tug of war that happens on this map that can be kind of difficult here. As we saw 2 go down for both sides, and pretty well another kind of neutral situation here. It really does come down to who can get the first 3 or 4 person down, and Perp's going to lose that 1v1, but Opie going to save him.
Yeah, the NZAP, a great weapon for battles like that. It's one of the best strafing weapons in the game. It can move back and forth, especially with some run speed equipped in a heartbeat. And that's going to be Got Kraken forcing Team Beer to be 2 down, now 3 down, as Perps will fall to some well-placed splat bomb action from Charles. The tower still continuing for Got Kraken, and they'll take the lead.
Yeah, 79 here, not a whole lot. That dip down right there that the tower is just at, getting past that dip down is so big, because at that point it really is just a straight line. The tower kind of moves at a quicker pace. As you see, once again, Perp's not able to get a whole lot started, and we see these roofs still pretty well contested here. I don't think either side has a definitive map control. Yeah,
not only that, but when the tower is sitting on that upper platform, there's a wall that protects it from this lower part that you're seeing now, and you can pretty easily jump down from mid and take down anybody that's on the tower while it's still there. But once that tower gets around the 65, 60, 55 mark, it's a lot harder to hit people from the tower unless you're on that street too. So they're still going to be fighting over map control in mid. A Kraken getting popped here for Team Beer, and it's 1 down for both teams. So far, a pretty mixed bag.
Yeah, pretty mixed bag here, and Perps not quite able to splat out this person as 2 of them go down. Perps has to be careful not to go down here. Gonna play a little arc, is gonna get an excellent fall-off shot kill. But you see, I believe, one person on the tower, Kraken down low, Perps has to retreat.
Yeah, Perps hasn't built up that Ingzuka much all game. He's very, very close to it now, and with that kill onto Joe, he's going to have it. Going to pull it out now. It's got Kraken is 2 down, looking to see if they can get 3 down or maybe fully wiped. A teammate going to clean up that member of Got Kraken who was hanging out by the tower, and it looks like that push for Got Kraken will possibly end, but they're still continuing it. I guess the Stealth Jumper came in and was able to take it over.
Yeah, and right now, a little bit too much focus here on the roofs. They continue to push all the way to 63.
Wow.
Okay, if he had not gone down there, that actually would have been huge, because I don't know that there was anyone else there to protect it.
That was 2 down for Got Kraken, now 3 down, but it was a 3 down situation for Team Beer, so they're all coming back from spawn, but it's not that far from spawn to the tower, and Shy will go down as well. So there's a ton of killing happening in this game. We're just over the halfway mark, and we have not seen anywhere near a substantial push.
No, it's just been that initial tug of war, and it just really hasn't ended yet. Once you get a few down here, that's really what it takes to either, stop a push or get a push here. See the Carbon Roller coming in. Kraken going to be falling off. I think that's the 4th time Krak has opted to fall off. Great job trying to use the fall off there. And Perps starting to get things going a little bit. He does have that Ingzuka again. Gonna pop it. No, not yet. Gonna opt not to.
Yeah, only gets 1 shot on that player. But Krak is going to be such a key component of Got Kraken in this match. Building up that bubble and having it for the later points of the push on the tower is going to be such a crucial component with that invincibility special. You're not in any danger of falling into the water as we see a beautiful shot there. So Kraken needs to be one of the members to stay alive. But that's a double kill there for Perps, and that's going to be a take over the lead for Team Beer with 1.5 minutes left to go. They're also past the halfway mark, which means it's getting into that situation where it could be the substantial game-winning push.
Yeah, this is absolutely huge, and you still see 3 up. Perps going to get back into the action now. Sammy's still on the tower. I believe they use both of their Krakens here, but they are fine. 25, they got what they came for now. They go 2, 3 down, 4 down. I believe that's a full wipe, a little slow, but with just over a minute left, 25 the push they were looking for.
Yeah, effectively a full wipe there, and Team Beer actually able to jump into the Got Kraken street again with some well-placed beacons. Kraken going to go down. The double kill here coming up for Perps, and that's another 3 down situation for Got Kraken. So they, with that full wipe there, absolutely going to be scrambling to build up their specials to maybe force overtime.
Right, and the worst part about that is now all the map control absolutely going to be back in favor of Team Beer. So difficult to get a push regularly when you have map. They don't have any map right now. Team Beer, I'm certain, is going to keep making little pushes just to stall the tower out here. They are absolutely sitting pretty.
And it's not taking them long to get back to the tower at all. They either have a beacon to jump to or a teammate to jump to, so they're getting back to either mid or to the Got Kraken street very, very quickly there. Unfortunately for Perps, not going to be able to hit all the shots necessary onto that Carbon Roller and will fall to the end zap of Joe. So maybe a push here going for Got Kraken. The bubble already used. It's kind of crucial that they're not going to have that for the rest of this push.
But Perps, okay, so they did have the Kraken here, getting down to 49, in the 40s. This is pretty big. Sammy in a great position right now. Perps has to protect Sammy as long as he can. They are going to be able to defuse that push. They're going to get on. Stealth Jump coming in. Not going to matter. 34, a solid push, but ultimately that big long push and all the time that it drained, just too much for them to come back from.
A valiant effort from Got Kraken in the end, but Team Beer successfully able to hold the line and stop Got Kraken. Kraka was desperately staying behind the tower, trying to build up that bubble one more time. He knew he had to use it early, and Sammy going 19-5 for his team there. Charles also going 15-11 in a losing effort, but Sammy helping to carry Team Beer.
We talked about the dominance that Custom Range Blaster can have on that map, but 19-5, that's dominance in anything. That's just awesome stuff.
Rather unbelievable. And it looks like we're finally going to get to see Kraka's perspective here going into Game 3. Team Beer looking to sweep, and Got Kraken going to need a reverse sweep to get that 8th spot. I doubt Kraka is going to switch off of his bread and butter weapon, the Tri-Slosher, and I hope he won't. I would love to see some of that play firsthand, but they are going to need to change up their strategy drastically going into this 3rd game because it has not been working at all.
No, in both games, they've kind of gotten the upper hand early. They made an initial push there on that map. The first time they had control of the zone on Arawana Mall. I think they just... I'm not entirely sure here. It's not like they're playing bad for big stretches. It's just been 1 or 2 big pushes, and they've had trouble getting back in. They know that Team Beer is going to keep coming after them. Team Beer's been running a lot of quick respawn. They've been getting back into the battles quick there. Sammy's been positioning himself well. So I think it's very crucial that they get a big push early and then they sit on it. They just have to find a way to kind of thwart this offensive juggernaut that is Team Beer. So we'll see here they're again going with those quicker weapons, those shorter range weapons, and I don't know if this is just what they feel comfortable with, but I would almost opt to go a little bit longer range for the defensive capabilities.
Yeah, they're going to have a bit of a tough time, especially if Team Beer is going to bring out a sniper. This is a pretty darn good sniper map, and so if Team Beer has an adept sniper at their disposal, or something even like a Berry Splattershot Pro that can keep their distance, stay on that top elevation, and just melt the members of Got Kraken from afar, and it does look like they'll at least have a CRB and a 52, so not as long range maybe as they might hope, but they still could stay up top and keep any Rainmaker pushes at bay pretty easily.
Yeah, and right here we're going to see Kraken go down here, try to support Charles a little bit. That Wasabi put out the 52. I like this combination of going here. Going to try to splat out a couple here on the side, but still a pretty good little mix here. And Perps seeing much from the other side. This is a really interesting map for Rainmaker here. There's a couple different ways you can take the Rainmaker. You can take it that shorter way that involves going up the grates, or you can take it that longer way, which involves that long, gradual uphill.
And we're seeing a full wipe here from Team Beer onto Got Kraken, so this should be a pretty substantial push. Perps here not going to pick up the Rainmaker as he has that Ingzuka in tow. He's just going to try and blaze a path for the Rainmaker. Getting up onto those grates is probably where a Rainmaker push starts to become safe. That's getting into the 40s and 30s here. So Opie taking a very sneaky path, and he will successfully get onto the grates, trying to be focused down, but that's effectively a full wipe for Got Kraken, and the push still going for Opie.
Sammy being here is big. I think Sammy has Kraken. He does, and he's going to use it right here. Going to take out another one. Oh, but just right there.
Stopped at 4. The Whalen Kraken is good, but not good enough, and we're switching back. One. 5 members down combined here. Wolf going to go down to Kraken. A double kill there. Oh. Sammy's going to go down. Kraken now bubbled up. He's going to keep the members of Team Beer at bay, at least temporarily. Perps is going to go down, looking for another kill on the jumper. He'll find it onto Wolf, and that's 3 down for Team Beer, and I believe the push will stop at 2.
That is a 4v1 there by Kraken. Excellent time. That bubble could not have come in at a more clutch moment. You know, 2 is not difficult, but Kraken at least gives his team another opportunity to play there. But how about that push from Team Beer? They're coordinating their specials with the Ingzuka to get it up there, and then Sammy protecting him with the bubble. And we see
and he didn't have the map there.
Kudos in the chat. I know it's there. I can't see it, but I know it's there.
Put your rips in the chat. So here we go. Kraken also laying down a good amount of map control. Kraken's set is very, very good because he's blazing a good path for his team members, but he's also building up his bubble very, very quickly in the process. So a decent push there from Got Kraken to 68. They need to make sure that Rainmaker doesn't get too far from that point because they don't need it to be getting back to mid like it just did.
Yeah, and right now, Team Beer can kind of really play however they like to here. They can keep up this aggression. There's a lot of time left in the game for them to still play this aggressive style that they've had that has worked for them the entire set. There's no reason for them to play defensive. Sometimes they say that playing too defensive actually loses you the set. So I would not expect them to do anything different. You see here Perp sharking. Going to dodge a little bit, but Perp's so dangerous in this situation by the cross.
Yeah, pretty easy dodge with that Rainmaker, but not as easy of a dodge onto Kafefi there. Shy going to get a pretty nice kill there. In the meantime, though, Team Beer picking up the Rainmaker, and that's all they need to do, really. Just keep pushing the Rainmaker, not even extending their lead, but just keep getting it onto the Got Kraken side, so it's even more difficult for them to push forward. Even though Team Beer goes 3 down, they've moved the Rainmaker. Got Kraken might decide even to jump off with it and reset it back to mid, but for now, it looks like Kraken is going to pop his bubble. It's going to run out, though, and a double kill for Perps as he trades.
Yeah, and every time they push it a little bit deeper, that just gives them more opportunity to control mid. You know, when Got Kraken is forced to defend from pushes, even if it's just one person, they have to attend to the Rainmaker. That gives the other 3 members of Team Beer enough time to take back mid, which is really all they need to do in this situation. Yeah,
Shy getting caught out there, Perps noticing those ripples, and Got Kraken, it has to be so hard for them not to rush themselves and not to feel pressure. They need effectively a knockout in order to win this game, and if they do not win, they will place 9th and not make it into top 8, so they just have to try their very hardest to keep their wits about them and get some of this map control back before they start to make that final push.
Right, you see so much orange here in the middle. We talk about map control, map control, map control, but it really is what it is. You can't do much in this game without map control, and as long as Got Kraken is stuck up at the top, which it looks like they are, they're just not going to be able to do a whole lot.
And we talk about map control. It's prevalent for sure in other shooters, but you can visibly see when you have map control and when you don't in Splatoon. It makes your swim speed, it makes your movement so much quicker. So it's definitely a talking point here. Kraken going to go down to a well-placed Ingzuka shot. Going to find the double there with the second shot. Going to find the triple, and that's a full wipe perpetrated by Perps. A triple kill with the Ingzuka. Oh no! And what a way to end it, as it's a watery grave for Perps.
Putting on a show. That's two times in the drink here for our boy Perps, but I think he's done his job.
The Rainmaker still sitting there on that grading. One member of Got Kraken going to take them down. They only have 30 seconds left to go. It's a 2-down situation for Team Beer. Now 3 down. This is Got Kraken's opportunity. They cannot afford to let the Rainmaker slip into Team Beer's hands once more, or the game will be over.
Absolutely, and right now, they're going to leave it there because they know that they have to get map control first. It's not enough for them to grab the Rainmaker at the moment. But he needs this kill on Sammy. This has to happen now. Sammy's still alive. If Sammy's able to splat somebody out here, Perps gets back up here, and I don't know. They don't have any control here over the middle. Perps and Sammy both here on this left side. Kraken going to go down there, try to make something happen. Almost has bubble. See if they're able to get some. They do get one down here. They've got to splat.
He's got his bubble, but no, the Rainmaker going to fall. A valiant effort from Got Kraken, but Team Beer with the 3-0 sweep. They will take the 8th seed, and they will face Mario Paint, in the winners quarterfinals.
Yeah, and Team Beer absolutely demonstrating great control over the map there, and just showed over all 3 modes how that aggressive play style can work. They didn't field a single charger that entire time. They didn't even field a splatling. The longest range weapon they had was the Dynamo or the 96.
And it really speaks to sticking with what you know.